Hey, it's Christian and Lana, and today we're going to the Living Computer Museum, and it's Valentine's Day.
Yay!
This is an exhibit about self-driving cars.
If you have any feelings of motion sickness, please press the red stop button.
It's 3D printed.
This is an old computer with a really interesting form factor called the Cray 1. This exhibit Lana's playing with right now is in regards to where sharks currently are in the world.
I'm trying to count the sharks. It's not going very well.
This is a robot used on factory production lines. Here's an exhibit about the pet robot Jaibo and how it failed in 2018. This is a telepresence robot. There's the actual robot part of it that can drive around on wheels, and then a workstation where someone can be on the other end controlling it and seeing what it sees. Lena's playing with a device called cubelets, which are these little cubes that can go together to create different small robots or other little projects.
We are in the bit zone, which comprises of a bunch of older video games, including a working payphone as well.
Yeah, just a minute ago, I decided to see if I could call myself from this payphone, and sure enough, it worked. We got Joust, Donkey Kong, Miss Pac-Man, and a few other titles. This is pretty cool. For all the games in the 8-bit zone, they made some custom tokens. Here's a simulated classroom for teaching BASIC. I found it interesting that this BASIC simulator lesson in here has an old overhead projector, but they're actually using a digital projector carved into the bottom here. I guess I'll be nice and give back the tokens. So this is just what it looks like on the first floor at LCM. We're gonna go upstairs here in a minute and probably into the digital studio room over here. And we'll definitely show you around up there. The first floor is a lot of modern technology and interactive exhibits. And then there's other stuff on the next two floors. This room features a few different works of digital art. This is an interactive piece of art where you touch the screen to create these circles, and they in turn create music.
This is a countdown clock to the start of the new year.
This is a Bob Ross video and a station with an old version of MS Paint so that you can follow along. This is an oscilloscope with a very early version of Pong that you can play on it. This is a smart bench that posts a tweet when you sit down on it. We're on the second floor, the intermediate between the two main floors of the Living Computer Museum. This is an area mostly meant for kids, but also Internet of Things. There's Echoes and other IoT devices on this floor. Here's a Lenovo Smart Display next to an Echo Show. Everything on this floor seems to be having connectivity problems. Maybe that has something to do with the Xfinity internet.
I couldn't reach remote.
Alexa, turn on Ocean.
Welcome to the Internet of Things workshop.
Well, look at that. Some more connectivity trouble.
One device with the name.
Here's a teardown of all the parts inside of an Amazon Echo.
I hope you're having a good day.
If this then that, made out of wood.
The Internet isn't just about computers.
These are nanoleaf LED panels. I've really wanted some of these for a long time. They're LED triangles that you can build into different patterns and stick to your walls or anywhere that you want to light up cool. Here's a view of the whole downstairs floor. There's a Roomba in a cage. Hand sanitizer, antivirus for humans.
And now we are in the upstairs part of the Living Computer Museum, so we're going to show you around up here. It's more of the vintage computer stuff that they've got.
You'll notice it's pretty loud up on this floor because of all the ventilation and cooling fans. When I was here a couple of years ago doing my photo shoot for our Cornish project, I took some pictures of this console right here. And they've since changed it up a little bit, but it still is a nice familiar scene to me. I think it's your move. Interactive computer chess game. Here's a really old mainframe computer that they've actually connected to the internet so that you can go to the LCM website and interact with it. This Altair 8800 knows what's up. An Amiga 2000 and an Atari 1040 ST. Here's a rather complicated looking maze game. A library of books and binders relating to the computers here. This Apple II computer features Galaxia.
Ow, 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 I died. Oh no.
Macintosh SE Toaster Edition. Lana's playing Oregon Trail on a Macintosh 2E.
Am I gonna get dysentery? We'll find out.
From the top floor windows of the Living Computer Museum, presenting a freight train and Carlson audio systems. This is a Frisbee from Apple's Employee Appreciation Day in 1993. Here's an Apple Macintosh from 1996. The Apple iBook, which has definitely come a long way. Here's a library of Microsoft Home software titles. Some more recent Microsoft technology. A modern Atari console set up in a lounge area so that people can come and play with it.
So inside this room is about what makes a museum, so the different pieces that are included in the museum. So let's go take a look. Need a calculator?
We got calculators.
Need a briefcase with a computer inside? We got one.
You can tell the museum here keeps a lot of stock of things, of a lot of duplicate things.
Apparently they got a giant collection of Xerox Sigma computers. Took 5 trucks.
Whoa. I wonder where the rest of them are. This is an exhibit about punch cards over here and an old IBM computer that uses them. Usually you can go up here and type stuff onto a punch card and then take it with you, but the machine's not working right at the moment.
Okay, so this is the computer room mainframes, or the cold room. So we're gonna go inside a very cold room.
As you can tell, it's really loud in this room. All the fans and the ventilation in here.
It's also not that cold.
They've removed some pieces of the floor in this room so that you can see the cables that go between some of these mainframe computers. This big monitor shows what's running on a lot of the big mainframe computers in this room. These modern PCs emulate the functionality of some of the other older machines. headed out of the cold room and back into the second floor vintage computing area. This is the second floor, also known as the vintage computers area. Here's a 1980 hard drive. It holds 150 megabytes. This wraps up our visit to the Living Computer Museum in Seattle. Hope you've enjoyed the journey with us, and please remember to like and subscribe.
Bye.